Welcome to the Sunday preview for this Sunday coming up. We have a reading again from the Gospel of John, and it's from chapter 14, and it goes like this. Jesus said to his disciples, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to be with you always, the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot accept, because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, because he remains in you, and he will be with you. I will not leave you orphans, I will come to you. In a little while the world will no longer see me, but you will see me, because I live and you will live. On that day, you will realize that I am in the Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. Whoever has my commandments and observes them is the one who loves me. And whoever loves me will be loved by my Father, and I will love him and reveal myself to him." The Gospel of the Lord. You see, very often, when Jesus refers to the Holy Spirit, he calls him the Spirit of truth. And he says something a little disturbing here, that the world cannot receive him because it neither sees him nor knows him. And it almost sounds like the world is closed off from knowing the Holy Spirit, but since we're the insiders, we know him. But it's not quite that. The key is that he calls him the Spirit of truth. And the problem with the world is that the world loves to live in a lie about God and about ourselves. And the evil one promotes that lie right from the beginning of time. When he says to Adam and Eve in the garden, if you don't follow God's command, your eyes will be open and you'll be like God, knowing good and evil, or having control over good and evil. And that's the first lie in the history of the world. And it's the most insidious lie. The lie that we tell to ourselves that we can be gods. We can determine for ourselves what's good and evil, what's right and wrong. That we can determine for ourselves the truth about ourselves. That we can shape it and mold it the way we want. The reason the world can't receive the Spirit of truth is because it's living in the lie about ourselves. But if we open up our hearts and our souls to the truth that Jesus teaches, we'll receive that Spirit of truth. And that Holy Spirit's job is always to speak the truth to our conscience, to always instruct us to know and understand the things Jesus taught us. He requires that availability and that openness on our part, which is always a fruit of God's grace in the first place. But we know that grace is there because God desires all of us to be saved. And so if we live with an openness to the truth, we'll be guided by the Spirit to Jesus. I think it's good for us all to do a little reality check about how many lies we tell ourselves, how much we try to be the determinant of what's true and false, good and evil, and how much we rely on the Holy Spirit to teach us inwardly about the truth.